The Admirals team is formed by 3 powerful individuals, which, thanks to their power and the devil fruits they have eaten, they represent the strongest force which the world government has to offer. In this video, we won't just talk about the 3 current Admirals, but we will talk about every character that was part of the Admirals team, like for example Aokiji, who left the Navy to join the Black Bear crew, or Akainu, who got promoted from Admiral to Fleet Admiral. So, without wasting any time, let's get into today's video. The first Admiral we will talk about is Aokiji, the Blue Pheasant. Kuzan ate the Hio Hio no Mi, a Logia-type devil fruit which allows the user to create, control, and transform ice at will. Kuzan is the first Admiral which was introduced in the anime, when he easily defeated Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy at the same time. Since he ate a Logia devil fruit, this means that even if he gets cut or punched, nothing will happen and he will regenerate his body. The only way to be able to touch and fight against Logia devil fruit users is by mastering Haki. Thanks to his devil fruit, he can create weapons such as swords or spears to fight with. He can also create advanced things like a giant pheasant, which he can then throw to his opponents. Aokiji follows a moral justice. Depending on the situation, he is more willing to follow his heart than the given orders. Like for example in Ohara, where he intentionally helped Robin escape, even though the orders were to kill everyone on the island. Having all of this in mind, I think that Aokiji is easily in the A tier. Next, we have Akainu, the Red Dog. Sakazuki ate the Magu Magu no Mi, a Logia-type devil fruit which allows the user to create, control, and transform into magma at will. If Aokiji follows a moral justice, then Akainu is completely the opposite. He follows an absolute justice, meaning that he is willing to sacrifice anything and anyone in the world in order to eradicate the evil. An example of that is when he was ready to kill Kobe, just because he wanted to stop the war and let the pirates escape during the Summit War. Thanks to his devil fruit, Akainu can create big magma fists which he can throw to his opponents, or into the sky. These will eventually fall into the ground and burn all of the enemies. He is considered by many One Piece fans to be the strongest Admiral. Even though he lost the fight against Whitebird, he was actually able to fight him equally and melt even half of his head. And for this reason, I think that Akainu should be placed in the S tier. Kizaru, the Yellow Monkey. With Aokiji leaving to join Blackbird and Akainu being promoted, Kizaru is the only remaining Admiral from the previous trio. Like the previous 2 Admirals, Kizaru also ate a Logia devil fruit, the Pika Pika no Mi, which allows the user to create, control, and transform into light at will. Thanks to his devil fruit, Kizaru can move at the speed of light. He can basically defeat opponents without them having a chance to see him. He can also throw laser beams at any opponent. He also helped Vegapunk to implement these laser beams into the Pacifista, robots used by the Marines to deal with the pirates. As part of his devil fruit abilities, Kizaru can even teleport to your house and make you hit the subscribe button. I mean, if you didn't already, so make sure you do it. Anyway, Kizaru follows an unclear justice. We don't really know much about his ideology, but we do know that unlike the moral justice of Aokiji, he will follow the orders no matter the cost. He is considered by many One Piece fans to be the weakest Admiral out of the previous trio, and for this reason, we will place him in the B tier. Aramaki, the Green Bull. We still haven't seen this character in the anime yet, but based on what we have seen so far in the manga, Aramaki ate the Mori Mori no Mi devil fruit, a Logia-type devil fruit which allows the user to create, control, and transform his body into plant life. Thanks to his devil fruit, Aramaki can create a whole forest just by touching the ground. He can give life to any type of plant. For example, he can create plants which can grow into flowers, or plants which can grow into trees. As part of his devil fruit abilities, he can absorb people's nutrients and live without eating or drinking. He can also hide himself in one of the plants he created, which makes this extremely difficult for opponents to find him. It's not very clear what ideology Aramaki follows, but as far as we have seen, he is willing to do anything it takes to get the job done. Based on what we have seen, I don't really think he's on the same level of Aokiji, therefore, like Kizaru, I'm gonna place him in the B tier. Following Aramaki, we have Fujitora, the Raging Tiger. Fujitora is the only admiral out of the previous ones who didn't eat a Logia devil fruit. Instead, Fujitora ate the Zushi no Mi, a Paramisha devil fruit which allows him to create and manipulate the gravitational force. Thanks to his devil fruit, Fujitora can control gravity as he likes, meaning that he can create gravitational force to a specific opponent or object. He can also summon a meteorite due to the fact that he's capable of controlling gravity. Since Fujitora is blind, his observation haki is greatly improved compared to the previous admirals. He follows a moral justice, very similar to Aokiji ideology, meaning that he is ready to go against his orders if something doesn't feel right. An example of that is when in the manga, he fought against Aramaki in order to help the revolutionary army free the celestial dragon slaves in Marijoa. Based on this info, I think he should be part of the B tier list. Last admiral is Sengoku, the Buddha. Even though he is not an admiral anymore, he was still part of the admiral's team, so it's fair for us to analyze him. Just like Fujitora, Sengoku didn't eat a Logia devil fruit, but instead he ate a mythical zone type devil fruit. His devil fruit name is the Hito no Mi, and this devil fruit allows the user to transform into a giant golden Buddha. We haven't seen much of his devil fruit abilities, but we know that he can create shockwaves from the palm of his hand, like when he fought against Blackbird in Marineford. He is considered to be one of the strongest characters in the anime. Even the previous Pirate King stated that only him and Garp can fight him. Just like Fujitora and Aokiji, he also follows a moral justice. So, depending on what situation he's in, he might take different decisions. Having all of this in mind, since he's very old and he's now a retired marine, I don't think he stands a chance against the current admirals, so I think he should be part of the C tier. But if we talk about Sengoku back in the days, when he was admiral, then he's definitely part of the S tier. There is still one admiral left to analyze, Zephyr, but since he wasn't really part of the anime, I will leave you guys rank him. Where do you think he should be placed in the tier list? And that's it for today's episode. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know guys down in the comment if you agree with my tier list. Peace.